and welcome to our first episode of Fate and Folly, The Chosen Ones. Our cast here is...
I mean,
Go paint.
we should organize this better.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm Paint. My pronouns are she, her, and I'll be playing Amelia Albostru.
I guess
Jays.
I'll go. We can go in
Jesus
this order.
Christ.
I'm 2Js, and my pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing Tank.
Arson.
I am Arson. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing Violin Rachma.
And Block.
Hi, my name is Block. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing Agathor.
And I am Diddy. I am your DM. My pronouns are also he, him, and welcome. So, our Dungeons & Dragons adventure begins in the prosperous and bountiful land of Finvar. Today is actually a very special day. The good people of Finvar are going all out for Ra Tanil, their Peace Day celebration, as this marks 10 years since the Big One, a war with their neighboring countries, Quelia, Barbadia, and Ruinor, that almost consumed Finvar. There is much to celebrate indeed, as there has been an unprecedented period of peace during the last decade. Our story takes us east into East Finvar, where the small western-style town of Tumbleweed are deep in their festivities. There are banners and decorations strewn about the walkways, the people are lively, the music is loud, and the drinks are flowing. We focus in on a cloaked woman shuffling through the crowd. So at this point, Paint, if you wouldn't mind changing over our music, and then you could introduce yourself to the audience. Name, class, race, appearance.
Hey guys, we're gonna be right back.
for everyone else but me and you, apparently. Are we back in yet?
Guys, we're gonna be right back again. Three, two. Man, I fuck up a lot. All right.
So yeah, good.
Yep.
We focus on a cloaked woman shuffling through the crowd. So Amelia, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yeah. So, Amelia is this human woman with fair skin and brunette hair going to her shoulders, maybe a little bit past. She's wearing mostly grey clothing with something concealed on her hip, and there is a bag on her shoulders. She is a human fighter wearing something along the lines of a floppy kind of hat. And yeah. Oh, right.
Perfect.
So she has some freckles dotting her face, and she stands about 5'4" to 5'6", depending on how she's standing. At her tallest, she's 5'6". Oh, and she has a few freckles.
Right, and Amelia, as you're shuffling through the crowd, you hear a voice beckoning to you. Hey, you, Missy, come on over here a tick. And you look over, and there's like this very lean old man wearing just overalls. He's very tan from being out in the sun all day, as you are in a kind of a desert-like town. He's like balding, missing some teeth, and he's beckoning you to come over to him.
Yeah, I'll be on my way over to him then.
All right. So when you get over to him, he says, "Well, howdy. The name's Biff. I'm sort of like the sheriff of these here parts, and I can't help but recognize an unfamiliar face. You look like the competitive type, though. How'd you feel about participating in a sharpshooter contest? 5 copper entry. First place gets 5 silver. Second place gets 1 silver."
I suppose I could do with the coin.
Well, howdy do. Excellent.
Yeah.
So he holds out his hand out for the 5 copper.
I will hand him 5 copper. No more,
Excellent. He kind
no
of
less.
passes, points behind him where there's like a saloon-like door into kind of this back alleyway. And when you walk down there, you come out to a shooting range where there are targets strewn with various arrows, but there seems to be one kind of in the focal point that is set up for this contest. People are in the stands on either side, still waving their flags and all hooting and hollering and celebrating and having a great old time. And before you, your competition, you see a dwarf crossbowman and a elven woman with a short bow.
Oh, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Amelia, and you are?
So the elven woman with the short bow, she kind of rolls her eyes at you, and as if like kind of gives you the cold shoulder, and it completely turns away and begins kind of fiddling with her bow. But Dagon, the dwarf, walks up to you and goes, "Well, howdy there, Missy. My name's Dagon. I'm a dwarf crossbowman, and I'm very excited to be competing with such 2 lovely little ladies." And he holds out his hand to shake yours.
I will kind of hesitantly shake his.
Oh, quite a grip you got there. I'm quite impressed. I like to see what you can do out in the fields. And may I ask, what is your weapon of choice?
You'll see.
Oh, mysterious. Gotta love it. Don't mind Whelmy over there. She's a bit shy around new people, and she kind of thinks she's better than most. So, just ignore her and go out and have a great time. Put on a good show for these here folks. They're good people,
Sure, yeah, I believe you.
All right, and so he kind of goes and positions himself along these stacked hay bales that they have. Everyone readying to take their shot, and Biff comes back out. "Well, howdy there, folks. We're ready to get started with this here sharpshooter contest. First up will be the defending champ, Whelmy." And so she steps up with her bow, and she hits just on the outside edge of the target. Not good. And the crowd seems very disappointed. There's kind of a big sigh of disappointment amongst everybody there. And Whelmy basically immediately snaps her short bow in half over her knee and storms off past you, not even knowing what your shots are going to be like, but just immediately unhappy. All right.
So she's the
So
reigning
next up-
champion. Okay.
Yeah. So next up will be our newbie. Miss, I never got your name.
Oh, it's Amelia.
I know me, Amelia. Welcome her, everybody. And so everyone stands up and cheers. Revitalized energy, excitement for the competition to continue. And so now you're going to just roll me with your weapon attack.
Cool. So Amelia is going to, in sort of like a cowboy quick draw, like when they're doing a duel in cowboy movies, take from her side a it looks very. The fuck is this?
Some interesting Western music.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Fuck, we're gonna get sued.
I believe this is your
I just
playlist,
found this.
Oh, true. But we're also not making money, so we're not gonna get sued for shit.
Yeah, we're not gonna be sued. We're fine. We're not making a profit off of their music, so
Okay, yeah. So,
Okay, go back.
what the modern day equivalent would be like, kind of like a Luger, but like made out of like various kind of just tools you would find just around and stuff. And yeah, she's gonna go ahead and make this a Deadeye shot.
it's only the first roll of the new session. No pressure.
Using
Huh?
a grit point to give me advantage. Ooh, that's a natural 20 for 28.
Yay! Nice.
What a
Celebrating
good
the
one.
natural 20.
This is going well, guys. We kick ass.
First roll of the session, natural
We
20.
just won. We just won the whole game. Thanks
Yeah.
for everybody for coming out.
The bullet actually goes
Cleveland.
through the target and hits the BBG straight between the eyes.
Oh, yeah. You basically immediately, like, quick draw. No one even knows. It's just a flash. But yeah, you absolutely blow a hole so big in the center of the target that, everyone's in shock and just silence amongst the crowd. And then, like, as if like in a cartoon, the target just kind of creaks and falls over flat. And as soon as it hits the ground, the crowd goes absolutely fucking bonkers. If you roll me a quick perception check there, Amelia.
Cool. That's a 23.
All right, you kind of out of the corner of your eye when Dagon like jumps the bear hug you with how amazed he is. You catch out of the corner of your eye, Whelmy. She actually has kind of a look of, well, not only shock, but like, wow, impressed. Like she is blown away by your competence, and then afterwards it kind of fades to regret on not having introduced herself to you. But yeah, Dagon's like hugging you and super excited. Everyone's going crazy. People begin to try to rush the stands to kind of celebrate with you, but Biff backs them away. The competition's not over yet. All right, so once everyone comes back down and Dagon has stopped staring and drooling over your weapon, he comes up to the plate now and he's gonna take his shot. All right. Once they set up the new target, a team comes out, puts a new one out in front.
6
He
days
hits
later.
just off the side of the bullseye. So enough for Whelmy to be eliminated, bringing the two of you to the next round of our competition. And so you can now, once Biff calls you back up again, crowd is going absolutely wild. You can barely hear him calling you out, but it's your turn to shoot again for the final round.
Okay.
I have a question.
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Are these just like regular, like a piece of paper with a bullseye on it, or is it like the dummies that have like the targets on that, or?
They're like circular hay bales themselves with just painted on targets.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's good. Good imagery to have, for sure.
So Amelia will pop out the cylinder that holds her I guess like they're kind of like smaller versions of musket bullets, and load another one in just so she's at full, and then take another shot. That's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Beautiful. So you hit the bullseye again. It doesn't blow a hole in it this time, but there's a sizable chunk taken out of the front of it. But because you straight shot again, the little right on the target bullseye, and you did the quick little flash thing, once again the people are going absolutely crazy for this, and Biff is having a hard time with his team to keeping people back from rushing up. So Dagon kind of just quickly sneaks by you and just looks over and goes, "Let me just get this over with, shall we, so we can begin the celebration." And he rolls 13.
Oh, you don't even
So
shoot
he
hay like
hits a
I
little
do.
bit, kind of just on the out, a little bit further, a few inches further than he hit the first time. So not as close. And then at this point, Dagon drops his crossbow and he kind of does a little bow down to you, and people just rush past Biff. And Biff's just like, "Well, we guess we have our winner. Please, once you're done, come and collect your winnings there, you two." and people are running up to you now. Everyone's gathered around. Everyone's fascinated with your gun and basically asking you tons of different questions about it. And as Amelia is welcomed to Tumbleweed like one of their own, we are now whisked away to North Finvar, where a well-armored kobold is entering one of the many mountains. So, Tank, if you'd like to introduce yourself now.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a well-armored kobold. He stands about 4 foot tall, bronze scales. He's wearing right now he has leather armor, and underneath he's got like a black leather jacket. He's got some goggles on, kind of like like biker goggles, and he's basically just picture a biker but in the form of a kobold. You know, leather jacket, a bunch of like unnecessary accessories here and there. Excuse me. And nothing really stands out too much about him other than the fact that he is riding on a scooter. Like a little steam-powered, steampunk moped looking type of scooter. I guess entering the mountain, I would be getting off of the scooter.
Yeah, I mean, now do you dismantle it and bring it with you like a suitcase, or do you like lock it up somewhere?
He just leaves it right there. Tank assumes that no one else can figure out how to operate this thing.
Just kind of a weird device that just happens to be there.
Right. He's really smart, but he hasn't figured out the kickstand yet, so he just lays it on its side and walks into the mountain.
And what class is Tank?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Tank is artificer.
Excellent. Okay, so I assume we're fixing this music situation in your paint.
Guys, we really need a better playlist next time.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. I listened to it for like 2 hours today, and I didn't run into this issue.
Well, that's okay. It's the first episode. There's going to be some technical difficulties.
It'll get better. We promise. All right. So as you are entering once you put down your scooter, their Tank, you're entering into the cave. You see an engraving on the mouth of the mountain, and it says, "Welcome to Cavern Dwell." And as you grew up in a dwarven city, you are accustomed to the kind of the boisterous nature of the dwarves. But the noise that you're hearing echoing through this dwarven city is unlike anything you have ever experienced before. The dwarves are truly celebrating this day of peace like no one else. It makes you miss your hometown of Underhill. And over all of this noise, you do hear a familiar voice. Oi, ye! Yeah, you scaly bastard! What are you doing here? And you notice, when you look over, an elderly dwarf lady in a small shop window nearby. It's Marda! Red-faced and sweat on her brow, just as you remembered her.
Marda?
Marda.
What are you doing here?
The shop that you... Oh, yeah, so... Well, you see there, and she points to the sign above her shop. I'm the new baker of these here parts. And it says, Marda's Muffins and Other Baked Goods. And what's it you doing here?
Well, day of celebration, whatnot. Figured I'd see what's going on.
Oh, there's no celebration like a dwarven celebration, so you picked the right spot.
Right. I chug a beer as soon as she says that. Just like
somehow the beers are just there, so perfect. And she chugs a beer with you.
She's I imagine her muffin stand is like in between two. There's like a guy selling beer on one side and the other guy on the other side selling like a bunch of greasy food.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, then there's a pipe smoking shop right next to that one as well. So this is kind of a in between area. Yeah, and so like everyone's there. You're getting bumped constantly while you're trying to talk to her. And like her helper bakers are in the back trying to fill out orders and basically throw them over her, but she's the owner. So she kind of just stands right in the middle in the way of everything and has a nice pleasant conversation with you. As the two of you just continue to pound back these beers. All right, so tell me a little bit about these adventures you've been having. You left so long ago. We haven't seen you in ages. It feels like.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to find something quite special. I haven't really had no luck yet, but ain't nothing too crazy happened. I just, you remember my scooter, right? Was you around when I built that thing?
Yeah, I couldn't. How can I forget? It was a big day when you came chugging along on this little two-wheeled contraption of yours.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. But I just been driving that from here to there, from there to here, from here to there, and
Looking
honestly,
for this special thing, you say?
yeah, it's you probably heard of the stories before. You ever heard of Dorfium? We got iron ore, we got steel, copper, all that stuff. But legend tells of some Dorfium buried out there somewhere. I intend on finding it.
Oh, you don't have to tell a dwarf about dwarfium, do you? And then as soon as she says dwarfium in her loud, booming voice, all the other dwarves immediately kind of around you stop and look at you, and they all just go, "Dwarfium, that's the shit!" And they all go back to drinking right afterwards. They all know about dwarfium, and they know all the tales. That's who you heard the tales from, is all the dwarves.
Everybody loves it, but they won't tell me where it is. So, like I said, just a bunch of driving, really. A lot of time with my own thoughts. I've been building some contraptions. I got this fancy new suit of armor that I could put on. It's a bit of a hassle. I'm not gonna. If you want to see it, I can sometime, but I'd rather celebrate right now.
Oh, well, if you'd love to show off your fancy new things, who better to do it in front of and not the dwarves then, right? We'd appreciate it more than most.
Oh, you right, you right. I'm and Tank runs back outside, and he's probably gone for like 5 minutes. And what they don't see is he pushes the button on the scooter, and the scooter kind of is what transforms into his armor.
This is totally like fucking Iron Man shit.
I warned you that it was going to be pretty outlandish.
You're like putting the scooter against your chest and it just builds into this fucking suit.
No. That's what he thinks it's like in his mind. What's really happening, and he's got like a wrench, and he's undoing bolts, and then like putting on his bracers and redoing the bolts.
Okay, so it takes time. Excellent.
And then he comes back in, and yeah, he's in a big old. He's still the same height. He doesn't get any taller than 4 feet, maybe a couple inches, just on the nature of how thick all the armor
the
is.
The insoles of the armor, basically.
Right, and it's basically just a big old hulking gray suit of armor, or like iron armor. Basically, it's got a couple rust spots here and there, and a couple of dents that he hasn't quite worked out. And he's got big old gauntlets on his wrists. And he's like, "Well, what you think?"
Can you is it like covering your head when you approach, or are you like having it open?
He has it open right now.
Okay. So all the dwarves are basically stopping. The noise is still loud. It's a big city, so everywhere's making noise. But around you, it's now just murmuring of these dwarves all staring at your armor. As you approach Marta, she's like, "Bloody fucking hell there! I have to say one thing there, my friend Tank. We could really have used this kind of technology back at Underhill, And she looks around and everyone's kind of like gathered around you. And she looks at all the other people. Piss off, let him be. And they all back away to, let you kind of continue your conversation. But she looks at us. You're like, do you think about coming back with this here thing to help out at what's going on with Underhill?
Yeah, I've been thinking about going home, seeing all these dwarfs here in Cavern Dwell. It really makes me feel.
Well, you see, the thing is, after you left, it was there was kind of a bit of a mass exodus, if you will. So many others just didn't want to put up with the risks, and at this point, the mining operation is all but grinded to a halt. Only the stubborn fools remain there now. So at this point, you'd be saving a dead city, but I mean, it's home as well. Hello?
Discord cut out, but I am back.
Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Did you hear her?
The last thing I had said is, what was the last thing you heard me say? So I know where we're at.
You were thinking about Brenton coming back to help out.
Oh, I said, you got any words of wisdom on you that you think you could pass down on a poor little feller like me? Think you may point me one direction or the other?
Oh, well, she was actually before you, so you didn't say that before you cut out, but she had responded to you thinking about it, and I just want you to hear what she had said.
Okay,
So I'll repeat that again. So then it was almost a mass exodus soon after you left. There was too many others have gone missing, and it just wasn't worth the risks anymore. And at this point, the mining operation is all but grinded to a halt. So only the stubborn old fools seem to be the ones who remain. So you'd basically be saving a dead city, but it is home, you know.
Well, perhaps once it gets saved, it'll no longer be a dead city. I would hope everybody would come back home if the danger wasn't present anymore.
Too true there. I believe you. And with that, well, I would say shiny. You know what? I think I can get some dwarves to polish that for you if you'd like.
You know what? That would be simply amazing.
Excellent.
I want to shine like a full moon on a winter's night.
I love it. You with your little quips. Excellent. I missed you too much, Tank. And you feel, with her saying that, you kind of feel, once again, more homesick for Underhill.
The pang of homesickness hits extra hard.
And so she comes out from her shop, offering you more alcohol, and starting to introduce you to the neighbors. And as Tank catches up with an old friend and begins to make new ones, we now travel to West Finvar, to the gnome village of Kitmos. Now, the decibel level of the celebration here will never quite reach dwarven levels, and for many reasons than just being a population of gnomes. But it's also to remain hidden from the outside worlds. And just outside this village, trudging through the dense woods, is a large green beast of a man. Agathor, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
My name is Agathor. And, well, I don't wear much. I'm mainly wearing tattered shorts, no armor, bunch of scars over my chest, and a small cloak. I have a great axe on my back. Looks a little bit intricate, but not much to me other than that.
And class and race?
Yep, thank you, Diddy.
I am a half-orc barbarian. And
all right, so Agathor, as you're walking through this forest, you finally emerge from the forest into a clearing, and you are surrounded by many tiny gnome residents who all immediately fall silent. There's a pause for what feels like an eternity, and then they all erupt into a chorus of cheers. Agathor is home! And you receive a very warm welcome as usual. The children begin clamoring all over you, asking of your adventures, pointing out your axe, is there blood on it? Yeah, all the typical kind of shit when you get home from a long time away. But you seem to kind of ignore all of those until she appears in front of you. The gosh darn cutest little gnome child you done ever see. Lindy Sue Koo. And she asks you,
oh my God.
Agathor, how many big wolfies was it again? Please tell us the story. Of course, referring to the time that you were introduced to this gnome village when you saved them from their ultimate demise under the hand of those dire wolves. So she's asking you to regale her and the kids of this tale once again.
Well, you see,
Sorry. Roll me a Constitution saving throw first.
Aww. Oh no, am I gonna die to the cuteness? I got an 18.
Okay. You feel yourself, like you get little goosebumps kind of thing, and you feel like you're kind of getting blood rushing to your face. You're gonna blush. You're gonna look kind of all like, oh, a little wimpy for Agathor standards. But you kind of subdue it. You push it all down and immediately start thinking about, killing wolves. Let's tell that story. And so now you can continue with your tale.
It's always nice to see you. But there was two, one bigger than the other. Pretty sure one was still growing up, just like you. However, it was still a very fierce battle, but one that I had to undertake to prove my strength and to also help you all. I just go into detail about it, but I try to keep it PG. I don't want to scare the child.
And they're all just hanging on every word, like all the kids,
I was
like
gonna
just.
say, are they like oohing and awing at like the key points and the emphasis and all that?
Yeah, but also oohing and awing at the wrong points as well because they're children. They don't understand storytelling. So they're just oohing and awing constantly throughout your tale.
I'd
Just
also
loving
like
it
to
all.
imagine that the story is like all over the place purely because of the fact of I'm not the smartest and I'm not the best storyteller. So it's like I'd skip a part and then go back to that part and then I'd tell this part, but then this part happened before that part. It's all confusing.
And this is why you spend a lot of your time with the children, because they follow it perfectly and they understand all of it because it's how they tell stories. And then one time we did this, and then one time we did this. So it's just all about this.
Yeah, that's exactly how the story would go.
And so they're once you get to the end of the story, they're like, "Oh, we love you, Agathor!" And they're all jumping all over you again. And then the kids decide, "Oh, you're super strong. Come." And so they all start grabbing your hands. A couple of them are going for piggybacks. Little Cindy, Lindy Suku, she jumps on your hip and crawls into your pocket like she normally does. Kind of her designated riding spot. And yeah, you guys, they start dragging you towards the big festival of the celebration of peace that they're having, Tenil as well. They bring you to this contraption, which has like a little kind of slanted platform at the bottom, and this big wooden beam that goes straight up with a bell at the very top. And they come pulling you towards there, and there's a little a gnome like teenager, acne kind of stuffy nose. Here you go, man. And he hands you a hammer. And they all say, "Yes, do it, show us what you can do." And they all are super excited to see your, dominance and power actually shown to them, because they've only heard tales. They can't really see it. And so they want you basically to smash this platform, send a little stone straight up, and try to hit the bell at the top. It's like our classic kind of strength game that you would see at our carnivals here.
All right.
So roll me an attack with a hammer.
Okay.
I imagine it'll be the same thing as your axe.
Just making sure I'm getting it right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the same. All right. That is a 15 to hit. Not the highest.
Well, the thing is, this little contraption is designed for a really strong gnome to maybe hit the top. So a 15 in gnome strength from half orc strength, it shoots up and rockets the bell like straight off the top of it, and both the little stone and the bell go flying above the tree line. Pachoo! And everyone around you is all celebrating again, and all the kids are all going crazy. And then Lindy Suku crawls up to your face and she gives you a little smirch on the cheek and goes, "I love you, Agathor." And as Agathor reunites with the gnomes of Kitmos, we venture one last time to South Finvar, to the coastal city of Crestfall, which has an uneasy tension in the streets, as a man clad in purple slowly wanders by. And, Violin, if you would like to introduce yourself.
I am playing Violin Rakma, a man of an undisclosed race, a intelligence-based sorcerer. He walks through crestfall with these light steps covered in these many layers of thin fabric, almost like he's just gotten here from a trek through the desert. His hands are almost hidden in the robes, as these strange green bronze eyes dart throughout the city. These slitted eyes dart throughout the city with this bronze skin hidden beneath. He seems to have almost nothing on him.
All right, and roll me a perception check.
So mysterious.
So mysterious. I'm not a Viking at this. Yeah, it's only a 7.
Okay. As you're walking through the streets, you can feel this unease, and you can hear people like whispering and almost pointing towards you, but you can't really make out what they're saying.
Violen is going to make no move. He's going to do nothing. But as he walks past some people, he's going to sit down and pull out his water skin as if he's just stopped to take a drink. When in actuality, I'm going to read their minds, and because of the way that I'm casting this, there is no material or verbal components or anything, so it's just, I cast it.
Okay. Do I have to
just
roll any
happens.
kind of saving? Okay, it just happens. Okay, cool.
I get to know that the person closest to me, the people who are looking at me the most, where their surface level thoughts.
Surface level. Okay, so they're uneasy by you. I think you pretty much got that by now. And
Yeah.
you can hear him, like, in their mind, this person is just thinking, is he one of them? He cannot be trusted. He works for them. And that's kind of what you're kind of getting from them right now.
I'm gonna probe a little deeper, trying to understand who they are. It's almost, for them it's nothing, but for Violet it's almost like swimming through honey.
And do you have to do anything for that?
No, you have to make a save for me.
Perfect. Okay, I'll make a save.
Let me remind myself what save it is real quick.
It really doesn't matter. They got a natural 1.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So who are they? I basically just get to ask you what's going on now.
Okay. So when they talk about works for them, when they're mentioning this them, you get this vision of these cloaked figures setting sail to the south to an island coast of Finvar that no one ever really travels to. Or at least you've not heard tale of people traveling there since you've been here. But that is who they're referring to, is these them.
Violen stands up, satisfied with what he's learned, and he's going to continue to walk throughout the city. But rather than using my abilities to probe into the mind of an individual, I'm instead going to broaden them, almost like a radar, pinging out every sentient mind within 30 feet of me, even through walls.
And what does that tell you?
Basically just tells me their locations. So if anybody tries to sneak up and, bump me and take my stuff...
you know the location of every living thing. Okay.
Every sentient mind within 30 feet of me I can detect.
Okay. So as you're walking through, you notice that all the whispers kind of fall silent. And people are very quiet now in almost shock and disbelief. And you can sense someone's behind you. And you hear, Phelan? Is that truly you? And you turn around and recognize Ragni, a good friend of yours from your crush in Faerun. How do you respond when you see him?
Violence says nothing, but Rachni would feel something tugging at the back of their mind, almost like something else is trying to get entry. This is not uncommon for something to happen when you try to talk to Violin, though, so I have to imagine they would just let him in. That's up to you, though.
This is something you would do every time you would interact with your friends.
Not every time, but yeah, it's not an uncommon thing.
Okay, yeah, he'd let you in.
What are you doing here?
Well, you've been missing.
Why are you speaking? Why are you speaking to me in public?
You've been missing for 10 years. We've been looking for you. And I've finally been able to find you.
We must speak in private. These people do not trust me.
No, they seem a little off. They don't seem to like me either.
I will find somewhere private for us. Just a moment. And
I was gonna
I'm
ask,
basically.
does the tension go higher or lower when this other person enters the scene?
It seems it's kind of a confused tension because they all are kind of in shock that they're both here.
And for what it's worth, at this point, I assume he's responding to me just with his own thoughts, right? He's not verbally saying this.
He'll speak once he knows how it goes, so he'll speak with you. And you would know that, these places are all kind of inhabited, so you know the best place to kind of go and talk would be towards the sea, where you have kind of the ocean to also kind of cover up any kind of noise, and it's very large, so you can kind of stand off to one spot and have a conversation.
I'm going to take him down to the harbor then.
Okay. So you guys head on down. He just follows in silence, which you would have been doing anyways, because you're only talking in your head. But he kind of just probes again while you're walking. I'm sorry. They can't hear this, but I need to know, what's been happening. It's 10 years. It's 10 years.
I do not remember. I woke up face down in a swamp. I have been looking for a way home since.
Well, I can tell you it's very difficult to find here, so I can understand why you haven't found home. This place it's weird. It's not what it seems. There's these dark forces at play. It's like it's not actually there.
Something weird happens to Violin's head scarf, almost like something is twitching underneath as he says dark forces, and Violin turns around and gets very close to him, still his arms almost hidden in the folds of this garb. Dark forces? Do you think it could be them? Do you think it could be gay?
Well, I mean, I think at this point it's worse than that. And you know that's a big deal for me to be saying that. Worse than Gith. But you were sent here to investigate that in the first place. Don't you remember that?
No. I do not remember why I came here. I do not remember coming here.
You and your team were sent to investigate activity here in Finvar.
Well then.
Well,
I haven't found anything, but I will resume my search.
But where's your team?
They must have died. In service of the Queen.
So, I'm going to read you some names now, and you can write them down if you'd like, but I can also just send them to you. So, Hefthyn, Shadur, Madgrit, and Vinanidi, who, that last name, the reason why I can't pronounce it is because it's the one you made up. Vinanidi, who you recognize as your quote-unquote teacher. And I'll send you these names later, but she's just reminding you of those members of your team. So they're all dead?
I do not remember. I was alone.
Well, you're not alone anymore. we can find a way home together.
How did you get here? Is there a crash on this plane?
No, there's no crash. It's bizarre. I had to die.
You died.
And roll me a perception check.
Just as a reminder, anything with an intelligence of 3 that gets within 30 feet of me,
You know it's there.
Yeah, I know it's there.
Okay, don't worry.
A 7 again.
Okay. So at this point, while walking and talking, or in telepathically talking, you've been you made yourselves your way down towards the sea. Didn't have to do a very high perception check, to be honest. It was as long as it's not a natural one. You have reached the shoreline, and while kind of thinking about what they just said and pondering it, you look out and you notice, well, you thought you were at the sea, but the sea seems to be miles away, even further. You look out, and the children are out playing on the wet sands in the distance with various beached fish and other sea wildlife.
Uh-oh.
And it seems like the water's just gone. Amelia, roll me a perception check.
Alright, that's gonna be a 13.
Where you are, people are celebrating. They brought you to the saloon now. They're giving you drinks. If you want to drink them, you can. There's no pressure. You know, they're just happy to talk with you about your adventures and your cool weapon, whatever you want to give them. They love to learn about it.
Yeah, she tells
but
him
you
nothing.
Notice, so you notice the winds seem to be picking up at this point. Tank, roll me a perception check.
Yes, sir. I got a 14.
Okay. So while you're showing off your suit of armor, and there's a couple of people that are working to polish it as best they can. They only just started though. You do notice that the ground begins to tremble. Agathor, roll me a perception check.
Sorry, it's taking longer. Oh, I got a 20. Not a,
beautiful.
unnatural 20. Unnatural.
You smell fire. Like a fire is burning, but it's with that high of a roll. It's not like a campfire. This is strange fire. It's familiar and unfamiliar. It's like you're connected to it somehow, but you don't know how. Violet, the people of Crestfall have now gathered along the shoreline with you as well. There doesn't seem to be any kind of weird tension towards you. They're all gathered now and drawn to this kind of ominous event that is happening. Amelia, you're hearing this wind picking up, and people are now running for cover, running home to check with their families. The shutters are shaking in this saloon that you're in, and people are scared. Tank, the city that was once thunderous with dwarven celebration is now replaced with another kind of thunder. And Agathor, forest animals begin bounding through the gnome village, knocking people over as they flee from whatever is coming. Alright, Violet, you begin to feel a mist on your face. You notice in the distance a large wave is rushing towards land. And as it approaches, you realize just how massive it truly is. A tsunami. What do you and Ragni do? They look terrified. They're looking at you like, is this normal?
Can I estimate how thick this tsunami is? Like, from one end of the wave to the other, how long is it?
It's you can't, like, the whole horizon is this entire wave.
No, I mean, like, how thick is it? Like, is it just one big wall of water that's moving, essentially?
Yeah. One giant wall of water.
How thick, though?
Have you never seen tsunami before?
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
I
thickness.
haven't.
You know how high it
Never
is? 'Cause
mind. Never mind.
It's
never
literally
mind.
left
I
to
was gonna
right
try
the
and I was
entire
gonna try and misty
coastline.
step through it. I was gonna try and misty step through
Yeah,
it.
let
Never
me
mind.
avoid the entire plot of this game with a spell.
It's tall, and
It's
roll me your survival check.
All right, I'm not a Viking at that at all.
Is that from something?
That's stealth.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
17.
Okay, you get the feeling that if you miss the initial impact of the wave, there's still a lot of water behind it with a lot of force that basically if you get hit by any of this water, it's pretty much kaput for you. That's kind of what you get the feeling of.
Your little tiptoe could get caught and you would be washed.
How tall is it?
The wave is getting taller as you're seeing it from the distance. It's, at this point, it's probably like 20 feet tall.
Make an intelligence check to see to calculate how tall it's gonna be by the time it gets to me.
Sure.
I'm gonna use this intelligence. God damn it. Oh great, that's only a natural 2. 5.
It's gonna be real tall.
I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna do anything. I'm just gonna start walking towards it.
Ragnar's like gonna grab it on you like, what? Now he's speaking verbally to you. What are you doing? What are you like? You can see everyone around you is fleeing away. Like, what are you doing? Why? What are you doing? Should we run?
You say you died to come here?
Yeah. Well,
then
kind
death will
of.
set us free. Do you have faith in the Deathless Queen?
Shit. Roll me a persuasion with advantage, because that's a pretty good point.
God save our deathless queen. Truly a Britain moment.
12.
Let me roll against it. I got a 7. He's gonna kind of look at you and go, I haven't doubted your faith in the Deathless Queen, so, okay, you know what? The logic kind of makes sense. Let's do it.
Violet pulls out this long, thin arm with these long, almost claw-like fingernails at the end, and goes for like a bro handshake. You know the bro handshake meme?
The Predator.
Boom. And he says in his mind and verbally, "For Vlakith."
Whatever you say. Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
I can't hear Vlakith. Is that it? Vlakith?
Vlakith.
Vlakith. Yeah. So he said that.
It's
for
the
Vlakith.
accent.
Yeah, the accent kind of throws me off. But for Vlakith, yes, he does the same thing. He responds the same way. And the two of you approach the wave. People are fleeing. People are running. People are screaming. It all goes quiet. The sound of the wave is like thunder. And it's almost impossible to hear over it. And everyone behind you is toast anyways. And as the wave hits you, you look over and you see Ragni for one more time. And the wave is literally inches from your face, and it all goes black. Amelia, you can kind of peek out through the windows of the saloon you're hiding in, and you can see a tornado has touched down and is ripping through the town, sending people flying through the air, tearing apart every single shantytown building they're coming by, and it's heading right your way. What do you do?
Diddy, how thick would you say the tornado is?
Did he? Can I learn Misty Step and then Misty Step through the tornado?
Fucker.
Guys,
That's gonna be the new fucking joke of this campaign.
don't worry about it, guys. I'm just gonna learn. I'm just gonna take 3 levels in Wizard right now. Yeah.
It's a thin tornado. No, it's a big, girthy tornado.
Oh, God.
You guys
I'm
want to
just
know the
looking
funniest
for-
part?
No, I don't actually. Fun fact. No.
What
Okay.
was that, Jace?
I was telling Arson, don't worry, because I've said plenty of dumb things. I was just lucky it wasn't on Twitch.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
immortalized
my friends are
arson.
watching this. My friends are watching this. I'm lucky they're not flaming me on
Permanent
Discord right
record, man.
Hey, if you're Arson's
Alright.
friend, sound off in the chat by flaming arson. Commit arson real quick.
Amelia, the tornado's heading right your way. People
Um,
are scared behind you. Biff's in the building with you as well, along with the other two competitors.
I'm
And,
gonna
what do
look
you do?
for a cellar.
Okay. All right, roll me a investigation check.
I think I'm actually pretty good at that one. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I got a 5.
Yeah, it seems like there are cellar doors, but when you open it up, it's just sand there. It's just kind of a aesthetic feature. And the bartender kind of like shrugs at you when you look up at him, like, "What the fuck?" It's like, I don't know.
I will tie myself to a support beam.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check to tie that fast enough.
23.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you tie yourself down. Biff sees what you're doing and runs right towards you. You can see that Wilmy and Dagon are off in the corner making out. They're finally expressing their true feelings to each other before they die. And Biff is like running towards you and is about to grasp your hand when the tornado hits. You know, Wilmy and Dagon are both taken off by the tornado. And you get to roll me now a quick dexterity check to see if you're able to grab Biff.
Can I choose to fail?
Sure.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'll
I got
accept
a
that.
16.
Okay. He got a 14. So he grabs onto your hand and you both latch. And he's just looking at you and just fear in his eyes. And he's like, well, at least we had one great last celebration. And then you both get fucking flung straight up in the tornado, spinning around in circles. And as he's spinning around, he gets impaled by like a fence post. And you see Biff die. And you get launched out of the tornado. And it all goes black.
Alright, cool. I was gonna probably shoot Biff anyway.
Come on.
I was gonna put him out. Not in like a
I
fuck
see.
you and like a okay, I'm gonna make sure you
Yeah.
don't suffer.
Exactly. Well, I'll let you know that. Roll me a medicine check.
Okay.
Quickest medicine check in the West.
It was actually too quick. I had a premature medicine check. I got a natural 1.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Biff.
He could have
was
lived that.
impaled by. Yeah, he was clearly in half, but like you know what, you could have saved him. You were holding onto his arm and his legs was like a mile away already.
I could have stitched him.
Could have saved him, but everything goes black for you as well. Tank. An earthquake begins in the town of Cavern Dwell, and all the dwarves are fleeing. Some are going home to be with their loved ones. Some are trying to gather their belongings to get out. You immediately, I guess, grab Marta, and what do you do?
I yell really loud, "It's the thunder from down under!" and start booking it for the edge of the cave.
Can he
Out of the mountain.
Can he have disadvantage on whatever his next thing is?
So you're going back to the entrance where you came in from, right?
Yes, because as someone who's lived in the mountains, I know the mountain is the worst place to be in an earthquake.
Okay, so people are getting crushed left, right, and center by all these different rocks. You're like dipping and dodging. Roll me a dexterity check.
Hell yeah, I can die in like the very first part of this scene.
Oh wait, sorry. This was supposed to be without the suit on. Disadvantage, please. Unless, is that a normal thing for your suit? I don't want to make it a normal thing if that's not a normal thing.
I do not think that it is.
Okay,
I would
then I
have
won't.
health checks if I'm wearing the big suit.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so just roll me a dexterity check then.
Disadvantage anyway.
I got a 17.
Okay, yeah, so you're like pulling Marta through, weaving in like a maze through all these rocks with, crushed bodies underneath it. You're dodging all the incoming stones. You can see the light of the tunnel coming your way, and you're almost there. And then there's a very large shake, and you look up, and a large boulder is dislodged from the top of the cavern and is falling towards you. And you look towards Marta one more time, and you see this just look of fear and terror in her face.
Can I try to use my strength to throw her further to the entrance?
Okay. All right. Roll me. Yes. Roll me strength.
I got a 19 on the die. I don't know if I have any bonus to strength. 1 second. No, it's just a straight 19.
Okay. So you throw her to the
No,
entrance.
actually, it's an 18. Excuse me.
You got a -1 to strength.
Yeah.
So you throw her to the entrance. There's still stones falling. There's still a ways to go. But as you do so, the large stone above you comes crashing down, and everything goes black.
But Martha
Agatha-
got a good distance. Marta, I mean.
Marta?
Marta, sorry. She got a pretty good distance.
You hope so. You're not exactly sure. Like I said, there's a large distance still to go.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. All right, Agathor. You notice now, like, a fire is quickly erupted as it engulfing the village. The villagers are running, screaming. Some of them with their hats are on fire as they're running about. And you can gather up as many of the kids as you can. They're all still already kind of attached to you. And you can try to flee outside, but what do you do?
Yeah, I like to imagine it's a more complex. Have you ever watched Cloudy with a Chance with Meatballs?
Yeah? Sure.
You know the cop dad as he's running away with his family on like a piece of toast bread?
Sure.
It's kind of like that, but with a piece of wood as I carry as many children as I can and just start booking in the opposite direction. Just-
Okay. Same thing as Tank. Roll me a dexterity check.
I'm okay at dexterity. That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to dip and dodge away from the burning trees, falling branches, and such. But then you hear the sounds of heavy wings from above. And the winds from above begin to kind of make these fires around you turn into like some kind of big infernal tornado just swirling around. And you look up, and you notice a jet of flame is billowing down towards you. And you look to Lindy Suku one last time. Look of innocence and fear on her face, and everything goes black.
Yeah, I try to do one thing before it goes black.
What's that?
Half orc barbarian being wholesome was not on my bingo board.
What do you want to do?
Like seeing the fire come down before things go black. Could I just, even if it's for a second longer, just try to chuck the children. Like even if they're alive for a second longer, just move them out of the fire. Just
All
try.
right. All right, roll me a strength check to see if you can get them out of the way of this flame.
Would you say that Agathor is raging right now?
Oh, yeah, I'd say Agthor would guarantee attempt to rage right now if the amazing DM would allow me to.
If our Diddy master would
Sure,
allow
why
that.
not?
So strength check or athletics?
Athletics.
Yeah, get that advantage. Let's go.
You have a baby right next to me, so it
Dude,
fits.
throw it and see how far it goes.
No, I got a 19. As I just throw them as far, just like to move them as far away as we possibly can.
All right, so you chuck the children. The flame comes down, and as it's going to engulf you, everything goes to black. And just as the same with Tank, you're not exactly sure what the outcome was in this situation, but you did what you could.
Did all I could.
Did what you could. All right. Would it be okay if we take a brief break right now?
Yeah, I think right now is a good time for a break.
Excellent.
Everyone, thank you for joining us for the first half of episode 1. We will see you in a bit.
Yeah, give us like what
Drink
Yeah.
some milk, you'll be fine.
And we're back.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us through our first episode, and we'll continue on with our story. We had left off with everyone going to black through some kind of traumatic event that happened. And so the party, you guys, you find yourselves gathered along the shore of a pristine, glowing lake. However, this place is unlike any you have seen before. You are among the stars. And before you, at the center of the lake, floats a beautiful woman, only covered by her long blue hair. And by floating, I don't mean she's in the water. I mean she's like floating above the water.
Diddy. Is she
Yeah.
hot?
Oh, she's sexy.
Okay.
And she looks to you and...
Me, Diddy?
Huh?
Roll a d10 for me.
She is a 10.
Guys, can we all roll a d10 really quick?
Nope, she's hot. Everyone finds her hot. Actually, you know what? I can't say that. That's not fair. You can find her attractive if you would like. But she's to the average person, she's an attractive lady. Doesn't matter. You see her as you will. And you also now, like for the first time, see each other along the shoreline. And we've already gone through the whole appearance thing, so you see what each other look like and yada yada. But you don't meet each other, you know you're there. And you hear this lady out in the water say, "Greetings. I am the Lady of the Lake. And if you can all roll me a religion check."
Actually,
will
no, we're gonna strike.
Writing my notes.
I'm using all the most unused rolls in D&D in the very first session. We got some religion, we got some survival, got some medicine.
So,
I'll be a
You
but
guys
what
wanna
do
know how many
I
times
think
I-
is natural
Sorry.
one?
What was Jay's what you're saying?
I said she's clearly a goddess, is what you're going for, but I rolled a natural 1, so what do I just think I'm dead?
that's just a dolphin, man.
It's a dolphin.
You can't stop noticing that, if she shifts, her hair reveals a nipple maybe, and that's what you can't stop staring at.
You
Interesting.
guys
Was it?
wanna know something?
-1 for 14.
14, alright. Anyone else?
I
You
gotta
guys want to know something interesting?
shut the fuck up, maybe?
I haven't rolled above a 10 tonight. I got a 5.
Imagine.
Oh.
Sorry, 8.
I got a 13 plus 3 for 16.
Okay. So basically everybody, because it wasn't a high DC there, basically everybody but Tank can recognize this as one of the main goddesses that the people of Finvar pray to. It is thought that she's the reason that their lands are so rich and bountiful. And again, she addresses the group. Finvar is in great peril and is need of your aid. For the past 10 years, I have felt a darkness spreading through the land, and I have been searching for an answer on how to stop it. And finally, I have found you. And individually, she kind of almost zooms across the lake and is standing right in front of you, Amelia. Amelia, you are the chosen one. And it kind of flashes over right next to in front of Tank. Tank, you are the chosen one. And flashes over now next to Agathor. Agathor, you are the chosen one. And then finally flashes in front of Violent. Violent, you are the chosen one.
Can I do a thing?
Yeah, what's up?
Has a minute passed since I cast my first spell?
You weren't at the water yet at that point, so yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Why?
Because the spell has a minute duration, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to cast it again.
Yeah. So it's been over a minute since you've had that whole.
Guys,
try to read the mind of a goddess and melt his brain.
Maybe.
Guys, this is like when fucking your mom says that every child is her favorite.
You're my favorite.
Tank is
alright.
just sitting there mulling over the number 1, but he keeps counting to 4 on his fingers. The 1, 1, 2, 3, the 1, 1, 2, 3. And he just gets confused.
Okay. And you once again, she continues. Our world has lost connection with the great God of all gods, whose name I have forgotten, as it has been so long. Agathor, you specifically, please roll me a history or religion check at advantage.
I have advantage on skills I suck at? Thank you.
Yippee!
They're both the same with -1, so I'm just gonna roll both of them. Okay, the highest is an 11.
Highest was 11.
Yep.
Hot dice.
Okay. Only had to beat a 10. So you hear in your head a chorus, like a cacophony of screams of them all yelling, "The Weaver! The Weaver! The Weaver! The Weaver! The Weaver!"
Ow. Ow. Okay, which one of you was just in my head? That hurt. Which one of you was saying the Weaver?
Can I make a religion check upon hearing the name the Weaver?
Yeah, actually, all of you can roll religion checks based off of that. Now that you said it out loud.
21.
Can I get advantage?
Fuck
because
you.
Of reasons.
My God.
Can I get advantage because of reasons too?
If you can explain to me what the reasons are, why? Sorry, Arson. Why do you get advantage on it?
I don't want
you
to
can-
say it out loud.
Do you
so
want to
I'll
DM it to Diddy? Yeah.
DM it.
I don't have reason. I just wanted to make fun of Arson again.
While that's
Yeah.
happening, I rolled a natural 1 for my first religion
Dude.
check, and a natural 2 after that.
Dude, are you sure you're an intelligence character?
Oh my God, Tank, you're useless.
You know, I just realized we're a very intelligent party.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that way.
Except for Agathor. Like my intelligence is 16.
You know, the funny thing is, I've been rolling I've been rolling higher than the intelligence-based character here.
That's true. Well, there's 2 intelligence-based characters.
I just like intelligence.
Same.
I look at the goddess lady. Was it you? Were you just in my head? Stay out of it.
And Arson, yes, I'll allow you to roll with advantage. Everyone
Let's
else can
fucking
roll
go.
me a religion check then. And yeah, when you address the lady there, Agathor, she looks and goes, You've reminded me of a name that I have long forgotten. The Weaver. That's who it
For a
is.
25, by the way.
21.
God of gods is the Weaver. Arson, you would reckon. Sorry, what was everyone else's religion check?
21.
All right. And yeah, you sucked again, right, Tank?
Yeah, I got a natural 2, so like
Okay.
5.
Tank, you almost saw the other nipple, so it's getting exciting.
He's like moving his head back and forth, like changing perspective.
He's rolling the worst but
Um,
having the most fun. God damn it.
But that's true. Agathor and Amelia, you would recognize when you hear the name the Weaver. That's kind of a long thought of. It's not like even like a god that people worship. It's kind of like a folk tale that people talk about as if there's like a god that even the gods will worship. You know, you just think of it as it's nonsense. It doesn't really make, you know, it's not really true. No one really follows through with it or anything. But yes, so that's exactly who she's referring to. The god of gods is the Weaver, as Agathor had said. And when you address the lady, she looks at you and says, "You were the one who reminded me of this name that I've long forgotten. And you are peculiar one, as you are one of many, and there are many in one. And perhaps it was them who spoke to you, and not any here.
Agathor's looking at his hands, one finger on one, five on the other. He's like trying to figure out how that works with one and many in one. He's trying to do the math.
You know, I don't think this lady knows what the number one means.
Yeah,
Agathor feels this. Agathor feels this strange sensation. Almost as if it's something you've never felt before. Your mind is normally not even a box, because a box can be broken into. But something is almost asking for entry into your most private inner sanctum of your mind.
There's like a knock on your brain.
Yeah, there's a knock at your at your subconscious.
Wisdom save?
No, you can just choose to say you can just let me in or not. Your choice. I can't do anything about it.
Just a knock on my brain. Just because he's stupid and the way you phrased it, he's gonna open the door like, hello.
Violin's gonna listen to his thoughts and just try and hear this many in one that was brought up.
So, sorry, once you get access in, you can hear what's going on in his brain.
I can hear his internal monologue.
Okay, it's just like 14 other voices screaming very loudly, basically for you to get the fuck out.
I thought you were gonna make a dumb joke where it's just wind blowing through a cavern.
No, there's 14 voices screaming for you to get the fuck out.
Oh, you fucking. Violin's gonna like actually wince, like physically, and retract his mind.
We zoom back out. Agathor's still trying to put 5 fingers into one finger.
Okay, as this is happening, the Lady of the Lake continues what she was saying. You see, we are no longer in his light, the Weaver, and therefore we will be taken by the dark. And she gestures down towards the lake, which was once glowing, but now it seems to subside a little bit. You guys can look through the lake and see, kind of on the other side, is Finvar, the land you just left. But it's dead and burning. To stop this, we need to re-establish our connection with the Weaver. I have 3 siblings in this world who have already been taken by the darkness. If you could ignite their light again, I believe my siblings and I could connect with our god, the Weaver, once more.
What are their names?
Well, you see, just like the Weaver, I have forgotten their names too. But I can tell you this. There is one to the east, to the north, and to the west.
Wait, is there none to the south?
That's helpful for sure.
I'd hope so, as you
Why
are
is there,
the chosen one. Sorry?
Yeah,
why
I'm
is there
sorry.
none to the south?
Well, I believe if each cardinal point is spoken for, I believe that Miss Lady here would be the South.
She is the
Phew.
lady of the lake.
You,
There's an ocean to the south.
Tank can have inspiration. Yes, I believe in this, as you had pointed out, cardinal directions, as you mortals describe it. I would be the southern point. And you see, I am going through my own problem right now as something is draining my power, and therefore the power of Finvar.
Is that why your memory is all tanked up?
I Probably, I believe so. There, Tank.
Violent's just shaking his head.
I'm sorry. You seem like you were in the middle of a monologue. I apologize. You may continue.
Are you talking to Violent or the lady?
The lady.
Okay. Um, well, no, I have nothing else to say other than I do have some gifts I can bestow onto you to help you with this endeavor if you wish.
I do love a good gift.
And how about you, Amelia? Do you have any further questions, or would you like your gift? The chosen one.
Well, I'd like to know, about how long do you expect this can take? You being an all-seeing being and knowing when we're going to finish this, I presume?
Well, it would depend on how effective you are. You see, you have to travel some distance and complete some unknowing task that could be dangerous or not. I do not know. Um, so it could take a very short time or a very long time.
Right.
Amelia, I'll allow you to roll insight.
Okay. That is going to be a 17.
Yeah, you can tell that she probably was at one point an all-knowing god or goddess, but at this point, this power that's draining her, she's kind of almost like a stupid goddess and just doesn't really know much other than what she's already told you.
Right, right.
Like, she could tell you more if she had her full power.
You seem drained of something. Would you like us to fix that along the way?
Absolutely. If you can reestablish the connection with my siblings, I should have power from them to help me fight my problem.
And
Or you could solve my problem too, yourselves, if you can.
and I, of course, assume we'll be compensated pretty well for this.
Yes, the land will survive and everyone won't die.
I don't care about that, really.
You are the chosen one. She kind of just smiles at you.
I'll make money along the way.
Now, um, who else hasn't spoken very much? Block. Are you? Sorry, Agathor. My bad. Agathor. Are you satisfied? Would you like to receive your gifts and be on your way?
Yes, but first,
Yes.
is it possible to find out what happened in the area that I was at? There are some people who I wish to see breathing still.
I can possibly look into it for you, but I think I'd only have the power to seek out one location for the four of you. So if you would like to be the one that I can tell what happened, then I'd be happy to. But maybe you should speak with the other chosen ones and decide who gets to know the fate of the place they were in.
Hey, Amelia, I believe you said your name was. I think she finally figured out what one means. She used it plural that time.
She did. Yep. You can decide amongst yourselves. I don't care about the people or the place where I came from.
The woman I tried to save was already quite old. If she didn't make it, that's kind of just natural selection. It sounds terrible, I know, but if anything, if
I
you had someone that was near and dear to your heart, I'd prefer it to be you, Agathor.
I wouldn't say dear to my heart, but they still had quite the life ahead of them.
Oh,
There
well
was
then
a
absolutely you.
Everyone
was
roll
quite
me
a
an
fun-
insight check with disadvantage. Except
No.
for Agathar.
No.
Can I roll with it? Can I roll with advantage because I was inside his brain?
No, because
Are you
there was
currently
14
inside his
voices
brain?
yelling at yeah.
There was 14
You know.
voices screaming that to
Yeah.
get the fuck out. That's valid.
I got a
I
10.
got this and
6.
Man, I'm kicking you guys' ass with rolls tonight.
yeah, even on those rolls, you still did better.
We all had disadvantage.
Sorry. It was a 10, the highest one?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. No, you don't get any kind of further insight from what Agathar just said.
That's fine. Amelia's probably not paying much attention anyway.
I feel like if we're rolling inside, Agathor should have to roll deception.
He wasn't really. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Roll me a deception check there, Agathar.
What?
Okay. I have
Okay.
a +0 and I rolled an 18.
Okay, yeah. Then, yeah, no one knows anything else extra.
Yep, that all checks out. Go ahead and take a peek. Unless Mr. Violent over there has anything else to say about it.
There was quite a formidable warrior where I was. I would not be surprised if he survived. And
feel
if
like
he
this
did,
is
then
the
he would
first
be
time-
quite used to us.
I feel like this is the first time Tank has like actually paid full attention to Violent. He's like, "What the hell are you?" I ain't never.
Says the
in my-
lizard man.
You know what? Yeah, never mind. I apologize. That was rude. I've seen some strange things down under the mountains before. And then, who am I to be assuming that you're some kind of something special? You know, you're probably just another person like us. I stand back.
You're great with first
There was quite
impressions,
a
can I
There
say?
was quite a formidable warrior where I was. He may be of use to us if he survived.
Well, sounds like it's between y'all two then. Or we could just search for the warrior on our own time after we take a peek at Agathor's thing. I mean, or are y'all familiar with the rock, paper, scissors?
You mean Boulder Parchment Shears?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. They played that in the other mountain.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna knock at Agathor's brain again.
I'm just gonna punch Agathor.
Shoot, right now Agathor's not really. Right now Agathor's just thinking about what happened. So you knock and the door opens again.
I hear 14
This-
voices telling me to get the fuck out again.
No, the voices have subsided now. Agathor seems to have full control of his mind, and it seems quite sad in there. You didn't succeed in your insight check, but now that you're in his mind, you can tell that Agathor is, a tough exterior, but he's a warm little cookie on the inside, and he just wants to know that his little babies are okay.
Yeah. I think like one of the things you'd see in Agathor's head, like maybe like right before all the bad stuff happened, where Agathor's just prepping them all to carry them over to the festival as they all just start climbing on him.
Yeah, and you also would see the last image of his mind of Lindy prior to him trying to throw her out of the flame and him not knowing what happened.
Those children, you care for them, but they are weak.
I like he was just looking and turns to you.
You get this
Is that
weird
me?
sense of acknowledgement in Violin's eyes, like even with how dumb Agathor is, and I know he's dumb because I know Agathor. Even with how dumb he is, there is a moment where it clicks. It's like this motherfucker. That's the knocking.
Well, it was like if you said the children, if you talk about the children who made the weak comment out loud, Agathor was looking at you like, if you consider them weak, maybe I can allow you to see how weak you truly are. And you like you
This is
keep
a
just going.
discussion for another time, warrior.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be
Mrs.
very interested in teaching you humility.
Tank, you gonna say something?
Mrs. Lake, if it matters, my vote is for Agathor's thing.
Yeah, we can do this as a democracy. I love that human concept. Let's do a vote. Who votes Agathor gets to learn the destiny of his children? Or who votes that Violin gets to know the destiny of his warrior friend?
Children for me, they may be weak now, but every child is unlimited in the amount of potential.
True. For the children. Alright, so there's 2 votes children, 1 vote for the warrior. Amelia, who do you vote?
I don't care.
Can you just cast one anyways?
No.
Okay, well there's 2 votes children, 1 vote for the warrior, so the children win.
Times indecision is a decision itself.
So she looks to Agathor and she says, "When the flame came down, you attempted to throw as many children outside of the impending doom as you possibly could. I will tell you now that unfortunately, not all of them survived. But one did. Lindy Sue Koo did manage to escape."
You see Agathor sit there, nod.
Nope. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
No. Trust. I don't need one. I don't trust me. Trust
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Like you see Agathor nod, then he turns around, like walks like 5 paces, and then if anyone's just looking at him, you just see he like just does like a to himself, but very quietly, like very quickly and very quietly. He's like yes, and then he
And
stops, runs
the
back
fact that
around.
Violet, you're still in his head at this point. So you hear that? Does that make you feel any better about the fact that your friend's destiny wasn't revealed? Do you feel better knowing that the way he reacted to the children, the child surviving?
There's this weird moment because Violen is, well, actually, no, I wouldn't. Violen thinks back to his own childhood, and he still thinks it was a dumb decision, but he's not entirely disappointed. There's a part of him that knows that that kid could grow up to be good, to be useful.
Okay, good.
And I'd say after Agathor celebrates, finding out that at least one survived, the
And his
celebration
favorite.
is short-lived as he thinks about all the others who didn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't there like a dozen children?
Yeah. It was more of a thing of like at first it was like I hope at least someone made it out. Okay, someone did. Hurrah!
Now
Crap.
this information is just based off of the children you were trying to rescue. There's no
Yeah.
knowing the rest of the people of Kitmos, what happened to that. But
Nope.
specifically the children you were trying to rescue, one of those children survived, which was Lindy Suku, your favorite.
Can you say the name of that village again, please, Diddy?
Kitmos.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
It was,
nuts.
It was named by our good friend Agathor.
After all that happens, Tank will just be like, Miss Lady, Mrs. Lady, I don't know what you prefer. I
The
think I'll
Lady
take
of the Lake.
Okay, Lady of the Lake. I think I'll take that gift, and if you could just point us kind of in the right direction to get started.
Excellent. Let's do that then, shall we? I believe the sooner you get out there, the better for all of Finvar. So, to you, there, Tank, I will bestow upon you the all-purpose tool. And she kind of pulls out of nowhere a gold/brass kind of steampunk-esque kind of screwdriver, and it's a +1 all-purpose tool. She hands it to you.
Well, I'll
And-
me. I have needed. You wouldn't believe how many times Artificer loses his screwdriver.
I am a goddess, so I would know this. I don't know it now, but
Oh, so
I
this
believe
you know.
No, just said I didn't. But I believe him because he's an artificer. I know that. But Amelia, I bestow onto you the Ring of Warmth. It's a wooden ring lined with fur with two kind of coiled Arctic foxes on the top. And Agathor, our lovable lug, I bestow unto you the Stone of Good Luck. And it's a rabbit's head with emerald eyes. And finally, to you, Violin, I bestow unto you the Ring of Mind Shielding. It's a golden ring with what looks like a kind of a pulsating brain, but it's like it changes color kind of all over the place, like a mood ring almost. But it's not your mood; it just changes colors.
Would Violin know anything about the Ring of Mind Shielding?
No, you got to attune to all these things. She's just telling you what they are and just giving them to you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Everything else is pretty on the nose as far as like what it's named, but can I roll Arcana for the all-purpose tool?
Sure, why not?
Man, if
It's
it,
one of the things I got a 17.
Okay. For the audience, I want to make sure.
What it does, but I wanted to make sure that Tank the character also knows what it does.
Yeah, yeah, and it's a good thing. I mean, everyone, like you said, the audience probably knows what, based on the description, all these other tools do. But let's see. So this simple screwdriver can transform into a variety of tools. As an action, you can touch the item and transform it into any type of artisan's tool of your choice. Whatever form the tool takes, you are proficient with it. While holding this tool, you gain a bonus to the spell attack rolls and the saving throw DCs of your artificer spells. The bonus is determined by the tool's rarities. In this case, it's +1. And another cool thing, as an action, you can focus on the tool to channel your creative forces. Choose a cantrip that you don't know from any class list. For 8 hours, you can cast that cantrip. Yeah, so everyone else kind of gets an idea. You got to attune to it, but like she gives you that information there.
if this
Was
were
your item?
Tank.
if this were any other goddess, I would be upset that these items are only uncommon.
What was your
Jesus.
item?
What's up?
What was your item?
Ring of Warmth.
So you can keep warm?
It gives me resistance to cold damage, and I'm like pretty much immune to the effects of being cold as far as negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay.
Amelia can walk outside in a tank top on a brisk winter's day. It's cool. Okay, let's go.
For a second, I forgot you were Canadian. I was like, that's not that impressive. You're Canadian. You live in an.
Wow.
Oh no! Oh no! Now they're gonna dox Diddy! No!
They're gonna dox him.
They're gonna pull a sniper wolf.
First of all, we are more used to the winter than all of y'all, so we can walk around in shorts and a t-shirt on a cold winter's day just fine. But let's not get onto that because we agreed we weren't going to do this shit. Anyways, once she has bestowed onto each of you your gift from the goddess, the Lady of the Lake, she then beckons now towards the lake again for you guys to basically submerge yourselves in the lake and return home.
So,
I wish you good luck, adventurers. You're about to begin a fable about 4 souls destined to save a dying world and the threads of fate that bind you. Good luck.
are
And
we
she kind of
are we going
floats
to
away.
appear to? Okay.
Oh, so no, sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
She'll wait around if you're going to ask your question.
Are we going to appear together, or do we have to find each other?
No, you will all emerge in the same spot and begin your journey together as a team.
All right.
Good luck. And she kind of floats away. Okay, no, sorry. She'll stick around if you're asking her more questions.
I'm not doing anything with the goddess. I have high intelligence, and this is probably stupid, but as we like dip into the lake, I would like to take a big old gulp of the water.
You die.
Of this, with the water you're going through, you want to take a big old gulp of it?
Yeah, like a big sip.
You're level 7.
That goddess bathwater hit different.
Okay. And I just gotta ask, what are you hoping to accomplish with this?
I don't know. I just want to see if anything happens.
Okay. Okay. I got an idea. All right.
Oh God, you didn't have to.
No.
You could have just said it was water.
No, I can't now. You made a big deal out of it. You took a drink of the water in this weird goddess plane, so... We'll see what I do with that later, but that's in my notes now. Okay, so my audio cut out for a second there, but we're back. I got notes, got it written down. All right, so you guys submerge yourselves in the lake, and your party steps into the lake, and you emerge back in Finvar, and you immediately realize that when you went down into the lake, you now appeared in Finvar in the very bottom of the lake. And you look up and you can see the surface above you about 30 feet away. Everyone can roll me a perception check.
Are we drowning?
In the water?
You're underwater. Everyone is underwater.
Hey, first natural 20 of the campaign for me.
I got
Virgo.
a 20 total.
So you
20
said
total?
a perception check?
Perception check.
I got a 6.
15.
Okay. So, everyone, you notice that you're about 30 feet deep right now. The surface is about 30 feet away above you. Then, sorry, it was Arson. Violin, what'd you roll?
15.
15, okay. So, Violin, you notice, as well as fucking Tank and Amelia, you also notice there's a shadow kind of moving around the lake around you. It's ominous shadow. But just Amelia and Tank, I will learn these names eventually. It's just hard right now in the first session, remembering who's called what. Tank and Amelia, with your really high rolls, you notice when you look down at the bottom of the lake where you are, there is like a statue of the same Lady of the Lake that you were just interacting with. However, there's these kind of weird pulsating pink vines that are kind of enraptured her, and they're like surrounding her and then disappearing underground. And they're just kind of this pulsating pink kind of weird energy, almost like, you know, electricity flowing from her down underground.
Can I do another Arcana check?
Could I
on the
make one as
vines?
well?
Sure, why not? The two of you can.
21.
I got a 14 that time, but plus 6 is a dirty 20.
Jesus, okay. You both can tell that she was mentioning some kind of darkness draining her. This seems to be connected with that. As if the vines themselves, maybe not the physical, literal problem, but like they have something to do with the bigger issue that's happening to her.
I am going to try and reach my mind out. I know it's unlikely, but I'm going to try and reach my mind out to the dark vines to see if there's intelligence behind them.
You do not notice the vines. Your perception was not high enough. You
Did-
notice the shadow
Sorry.
moving around, but you do not notice the vines.
Sorry.
So you want to reach out your
Misunderstood.
mind to the shadow, you could, and if you inadvertently interact with these mines, but you wouldn't know the vines are there.
How many times can you do that?
You know, I'll do that instead. I will do that instead. Yeah.
How many
And
times
sorry,
can you
what
do
was
that
that?
though?
I mean, I can't. If I reach out to a shadow, then I get nothing because it's like literally like trying to talk to an actual shadow. Nothing happens, but you know.
No, but
No, I think-
how many times can you do that though?
Oh, that's infinite.
Well, fuck you too.
I just do that.
It's like trying to yell at somebody, but they're just kind of touching their mind. I guess.
Technically speaking, it only lasts for 3 minutes, but I can do it as many times as I fucking want.
So it lasts forever, essentially.
Did you do it? Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Yeah, you can roll. You can reach out your mind into the water if you would like. And what is the rules of that? You detect every sentient being in that vicinity.
No, this is a different ability. This is telepathic speech. As a bonus action, I choose one creature I can see within 30 feet of me. Me and the chosen creature can speak telepathically while we're within 1 mile of each other. That connection lasts for 3 minutes.
Okay, so you're specifically reaching out to the shadow then. Okay,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't be able to detect the vines regardless then. Okay, so you're just reaching out to that. All right, and what are the rules with, language and everything? Like what things can you detect? Is it just things that speak English, or is it just any living thing?
Seems like I can speak to anything. It's non-specific, so I think it's up to you.
Diddy, what's
Okay.
English? Don't you mean common?
Common.
I read it to you verbatim, so.
Okay, so you reach out and you can feel the mind of some kind of predatory beast that's out there. And as you are able to detect its mind and what it is wanting, you come to the realization it wants you and everyone else there. And it begins to attack. And everyone will now roll me initiative.
Because I expected that, can I get advantage?
No!
It's worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
If it were a case where we were gonna be surprised, then that would make sense. But no, fuck you, dude. I got a 22.
Okay, you're not even the DM, and you're like, no.
You got a what?
22.
Oh, I thought you said 32. I was gonna say, holy hell.
Not
I mean,
quite
22
yet.
is still high.
I got
15.
I got a 21.
Guys, hang on, I'm changing music.
Alright, sorry. So I got 22, got a 21.
Then I had 16 and Arson had 15.
We all rolled high on initiative.
This never happens.
Just to be clear, are we still underwater?
Yep. 30 feet
Oh.
under.
Are we able to breathe down here?
Nope.
This can only go well, guys.
First combat's underwater, TPK.
I mean, we can hold our breath for Constitution modifier +1.
I got 2 minutes.
Is
Yeah.
that in rounds or is that in minutes?
No, it's not minutes, it's rounds.
It's minutes.
It's
Nope,
definitely.
I'm doing rounds.
Oh, okay, well, fuck you then, dude.
I
I
swim
looked
up.
this this up today, and I decided I want to do it the number of rounds.
Wait, so we can hold I can hold my breath for 12 seconds? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Well,
argue.
in all fairness, in a combat situation, that does make sense because you're burning
Okay.
a lot more oxygen because you're moving.
I agree that it would be more, but it wouldn't be 12 seconds.
Oh, 1 second. I gotta change on my audio.
I'd say with the fact of it being underwater and the added movement of being underwater would probably train you more often than not.
Yeah, I mean, I was a competitive swimmer as a kid. And
I don't care.
Even with like breath training, learning how to hold your breath for extended periods of time, If you're exerting yourself, all that goes to shit. It doesn't
Right.
fucking matter.
I can run in place for about 2 hours without breaking a sweat. The moment I start sprinting, or the moment I start running around, actually, I cannot run for 2 hours straight.
We can discuss this after.
Okay, I'm back. I just had to swap out for my phone because it's dead. Okay. Sorry. Let me just see. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Cool. All right. So, this shadowy beast is now charging you guys, but Amelia, you are first in initiative.
Okay, I'm going to take a shot at it with sharpshooter.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make this a violent shot. So that lets me add an additional damage die.
If you hit, right?
Yeah. So
Okay,
that
cool.
is a 27 minus 5 is 22 to hit.
You get a -5 to your shot.
No. So I have a +8 normally, but I took a sharpshooter shot, which gives me a -5. So essentially, it was +3.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. You hit.
Variant human is fun and not at all broken, guys.
Yeah.
Where's my other D8? There it is. Nope, that's a D6.
What is now that this creature is charging at us, what is it? What does it look like?
Is it a shark?
You guys will notice that it has a large body with 4 fins coming out of it and a very long neck that comes out to a kind of a very pointed almost head that has, sharp teeth. It would be considered a plesiosaurus.
That is 25 points of damage.
25. Jeez.
Yeah,
With
variant
one
human,
shot?
so, guys. It's not
Alright.
broken at all.
And then I'm
One,
gonna.
I have to be a stickler. Can your gunpowder-esque gun fire underwater?
Nothing says it can't.
Well, water combat says that any ranged weapons will immediately have disadvantage on anything beyond. Fuck. What was I wrote it down at? Ranged weapons underwater don't work very well. And a gun, I'm not sure if that would work.
Beyond your normal range, then you just miss automatically. But because I have sharpshooter, my normal range is 160.
Oh shit. Okay, then yeah. All right. So 68. Sorry. It's
20
how much damage was it?
25.
25 damage. Sorry.
Is it still up?
Dang. At level 3?
Is it still swimming?
It's still it's you taking off one of its fins with a blast.
I'm
and
gonna
it's
action
still
search
now
and shoot
angrier
again.
than ever. Okay.
I'm gonna make this one a deadeye shot again with sharpshooter. Natural 20. Nice.
Action or just actions you can do?
So I just get to declare that I'm doing it when I make the attack, and the actions are like all these things just I do it. Yeah. So I got a natural 20 because of advantage from the deadeye shot.
So original max damage plus
Okay. Yeah.
other
So
damage in your roll.
so that is 23 points more of damage.
Okay. You, with that second shot, blow off its other fin, but it's still coming and angrier than ever.
Damn, just like your mom.
Is that the end of your turn?
What would it be like my movement to reach down and pick up the thing?
What thing?
The statue.
Oh, it's like the statue's like, lifelike. It's massive. No,
Oh, okay. I thought it
It's
was
a
like I thought it was like a
person-sized statue.
Okay, I thought it was like a little statuette, like one your mom would have on the fucking fireplace.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start swimming up then.
Large. Okay. And how much movement do you have?
30, but it's halved, so 15.
So you're halfway up then.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. So you blow off with your fucking underwater pistol, blowing them apart. And then you blow off both of the fucking fins of this plesiosaur.
Oh, I just
then
want
you
to
start
say, by the way,
coming up.
none of you guys have ever seen a gun, because they don't really
Yeah,
exist.
I would, in this case, everyone roll me a perception check because this might not be they might not have noticed it with what's going on because there's a
I
lot.
feel like at the very least they would have heard the first shot, look over like, what the fuck is that, and then see it.
I got a 9.
And sorry, what was yours, Jace?
Low.
Okay, so, Agathor, you being a big fan of anything that does a lot of damage, in watching these two fins blow off, you kind of are you're almost in awe. You kind of forget about Lindy for even a second, just looking at this contraption that can blow the fins off of a big beast like this so easily, and so you're impressed. You thought you're a big half-orc man, and you look and you see this frail little, skinny human woman, and you're like, well, what good are they going to be, the chosen one? But immediately, blowing this thing apart. So
Science!
you're thinking twice about that. All right, and Agathor, actually, as you're finishing up this thought, it's your turn.
Agathor. Agathor.
As I am underwater
Under the
and
sea.
I can only breathe for so long. How? Actually, I don't need to breathe. How far away is it from me?
At this point, I'll say it's about what's the distance? Your shot was 100 and something feet, so
Their shot range was 160 feet.
Yeah.
it's about like 40 feet away.
Ooh, okay. Alright, then, oh, shoot, I might have to. So I'm gonna move my movement forward, so it's like, what, 15 feet? Because half movement underwater?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take my javelin, which has a range of 30 feet, and since it's 40 feet away, so I'm on 15, I am 25 feet away from it. Wait. Yeah, 25 feet away from it. I can chug it at disadvantage. So
Okay.
you're gonna move forward and chuck a javelin. Just with disadvantage, that's a 14 to hit.
That's it.
I said with disadvantage, it's a 14 to hit.
That's it.
Oh, it does hit. I thought you said what? I thought
Sorry,
you asked.
why did you have disadvantage?
Ranged weapon underwater.
That's not a thing.
I thought
Yeah.
with outside of your range, you miss automatically. Inside of your range, it's disadvantage.
Oh, I think you're right, actually. I think I was thinking of something else. Sorry.
So yeah, so I chucked the javelin at it for a total of 7 damage. And yeah, I don't really have any bonus actions, so yep. And that's my turn.
Okay. Like not raging or anything like that?
It's a fish.
Okay. So you throw your javelin, it sticks into like right near one of the fins were blasted away, like kind of in the front of his chest, and it's still making, it's coming towards you with anger. All right. So with that, having most recently been struck by Agathor, I believe it's going to make its attack against them. So it will swim up the remaining, 15, 25 feet that are away.
Yep.
So melee with you, and that would be, it is 15. Okay, just trying to keep track of the distance from everyone else. Alright, so it's going to go right up to Agathor, and it's going to attack you. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's 15 piercing damage with its bite as it clamps down on one of your arms.
Alrighty. Like, maybe. I would love to speak, but I'm underwater and I don't want to drown.
Try to speak. Just drown faster.
Just goes glub glub
Um,
glub glub glub.
all right, Violent. It would be your turn then. You now have seen both fins being blown off by Amelia, and they begin to swim away. Agathor threw a spear and then got attacked by this long-necked shark-looking thing that's latched onto him right now. So what do you do?
You
I
rolled a
am
50.
99. I am 99% sure that Tank rolled higher than I did.
Oh, sorry. Did I put? I thought I had the. Okay, sorry. Did I put it the wrong way? My
You
bad.
rolled a 15, didn't you, Valen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 16.
Oh, okay. I had it reversed. I had Violent as 15 and Tank was 16. That's my bad. Okay. So Tank, it is your turn then.
Tank pulls a wrench out of his back pocket and casts catapult towards the thing. So roll a dexterity saving throw.
That
D-
is a 10.
That fails.
Okay.
A wrench just flies at super high speed toward this thing and like whacks it right in the face. Or
Right in the schnoz.
2, 8, 16 plus for 20 damage.
We are kicking the fuck out of this thing.
Okay. So Sorry. So you know you're in your tank suit still, right? 'Cause that's where you initially were teleported in. So you're still in this thing, but you're just basically launching a wrench across the water at this water beast. That's the plan?
Correct.
Alright, so when you launch it, it's like holding on to Agathor's arm, but because it's like, perfectly still at that right angle, this wrench becomes like a spinning saw blade, and it just completely decapitates the plesiosaur. And so now its head is completely detached from his body, and it is now floating dead.
I swim up because I'm pretty sure I only have 25 feet of movement, and I'm not going to be able to get to the surface in 2 rounds.
Okay, so how much is your movement then? What are you bringing the suit with you or not?
I mean, I'm wearing the suit. There's no other option. I can't just take it off and
Sure.
Oh, my
Okay,
speed.
so it's
I can still make it in 2 rounds. I moved.
it's 15 feet. Okay.
When Tank deals the blow, he kind of like looks around excitedly and then points back at himself, as in to say, "I just did that." Maybe I am the chosen one.
You are the chosen one.
Now that combat is over, I just want to let you know, Diddy, I am morally obligated to inform you that our one and only active viewer told me, and I quote, make sure you tell him that sometime that another Canadian deeply appreciates the Plesiosaurus.
Okay. Thank you.
So I think
our viewer.
I think you've successfully cultivated exactly one fan.
Let's go. That's all we want, really. Sure, Critical Role has 25.9k right now, but we got one.
Yeah. That's all.
We got 5.
Oh, fuck it, we got 5.
Sorry. So Island? What are you doing with your turn?
Are we still in combat?
No, but we're still underwater and risk of drowning.
I'm just swimming up. I'm gonna take the dash action so that way I'm moving 30 feet around. But if it's possible, can I just waste a bonus action to make sure that my rags don't not my robes don't come undone?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. But sorry, you're taking the dash action, which would normally allow you to do 30 feet, or as in 30 feet underwater.
So normally your movement speed is halved when you're in water, unless you have a swim speed, obviously. But I'm taking the dash action, so it's a cumulative 30 feet.
Okay, so you made it to the surface in one
Yes.
go. Okay, cool. That's what I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
On my turn, I'm gonna surface.
On my turn, I am also going to surface.
Wait, I thought you said you had her 1 round.
No, I had two.
And
Oh, nice. On my turn, I'm going to retrieve my javelin from the fish and start swimming up.
hold up. I'm not done yet.
My
Oh,
fault. Oh, my fault. My fault. My fault.
All right, just wait. All right, so you are
Problem is not over. About to face the Kraken.
Session 1 is just fighting water-based creatures until we get there every monster in the game.
all right. That's another 18 to hit for you there, Agathar.
Wait, it's alive?
For now, what do you do? What is that a hit? Just tell me. Is that a hit? Is that a hit?
That hit, yeah.
That does hit.
It
All right. So
does he see the Plesiosaurus do that when he goes to get his thing, or is it from something else?
it's from something else. Something reaches up from the darkness that rolled a natural 20 on its stealth when you guys were trying to swim away from it initially. There was a second combatant you were not aware of. And as you're all fleeing the water, Agathor, you were grabbed at the base of the lake by a tentacle. And it
It is the Kraken.
11 damage to you.
It's a very small Kraken.
And has now you in a grab as it begins to pull you towards the base of the lake.
Alright. I can make it out of this. I'll be fine.
Does that happen before my turn?
That would happen before your turn. Now it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to surface and then poke my head back under the water and take a shot.
You can make the rest of the way up, and now you can take your shot.
21 after sharpshooter.
Is that with disadvantage?
No, why would it be?
Because you're still shooting in water, technically.
So? I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
We've had this discussion each time a ranged attack has happened.
You're thinking of melee attacks, I guarantee you. I'm looking this up now.
Someone's echoing.
Yeah, it's block.
Oh, I've tried. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it.
Oh, no, you were right. Because my thing is not a crossbow, net, dart, javelin, spear, trident, or other thrown weapon. The other roll was higher, though. So, it is still 21. So, and I also do 21 damage with this. Hey guys, fun fact, guns are strong.
Yeah, seems like it.
Well, actually,
Blast into the darkness where this you think this tentacle is approaching from, and you manage to do some damage to it.
actually, I want to correct what I just said. The sharpshooter feat is strong. Guns typically suck in 5e, at least early on.
You're now grappled. You have to roll me an escape with your strength.
Do I have to, or if I want to escape?
Just keep drowning with this thing if you would like to.
I'm saying like, cause like, am I grappled or restrained? There's a difference. Okay, so my movement's 0. Well, if that's the case, but now I think is a good time. Bonus action, rage. As how dare you sneak up on me? I rolled a 3 for my wild magic rage.
Oh, fuck. I thought you were a berserker.
So, no. So you see, well, anyone who's looking under the water, you see Agathor just like starts grunting and moving as he's grappled, and then you just start to see like just a small amount of just like like very faint magical flames just appear as magic explodes out, and you just see appearing next to whatever creature is grappling Agathor what looks to be a very tiny pixie version of of Lin Su Q, as I got the three, which is an intangible spirit, which looks like a flump for a pixie, you know, and I'm just flavoring it as just a little, just a pixie version of Lin appears, and that will explode at the end of the round. But now that I'm raging, I would like to reckless attack this absolute monstrosity with my great axe. Hold on, wait. The great axe have disadvantage on the water. Yes, they do. All right, so I'm just rolling normally. Boom. Does an 18 hit? I'm going to assume so.
It does. Did I not tell you that?
You did not.
Yeah.
If you did, it didn't
Sorry.
get picked up.
It
on the
was very
microphone.
delayed and almost it was like almost fully gone.
It does.
Yeah.
You hit it. Yes.
So I roll damage, and I roll almost well, no, not max damage. I roll 13. That's 13 damage as I slash my axe down, and that is the end of my turn. I would like a dexterity saving throw.
Well, it's a strength saving throw.
No, this
your monster has to make a dexterity saving throw.
My monster has to make it. Oh, okay.
Wild magic effect.
Wow, very good. That would be a 4.
So you fail, and you take. I don't know what type of damage it is. I think it's force. Yeah, it's force. As the tiny pixie explodes out in magical energy, you take 1 force damage.
Oh, Lindy.
is it dead?
That one.
So cute.
Oh no, I can have the as long as I'm raging, I can have the pixie appear as my bonus. That's effectively my bonus action now, for while I'm raging right now.
Yeah, but is
You
it dead
pop
though?
up and explode every once in a while. It's not dead.
Yeah.
Dang it!
Okay.
And then
Now that it's the end of your turn. Oh, sorry, you didn't want to do a saving throw, right? So you just stuck.
I use my action and bonus action, so yeah.
Is it my turn or the monster's turn?
Would be your turn, Tank.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a slightly smaller wrench than the last one and cast catapult again. So make another dexterity saving throw.
This one's a spanner.
That would be a 12.
That is a fail.
Okay. What do I do this time?
You take 20 points of damage again. Holy crap!
What a fucking with your wrenches, man. It's ridiculous.
This one's-
yeah, so
this
you
one's
send the
smaller.
wrench
Made out of-
to-
Those wrenches are made out of depleted uranium. I swear to fucking god.
This wrench is smaller but more
It's just-
aerodynamic, so it's the same.
Hydrodynamic.
like a
thank
little
you very
saw
much.
blade.
No,
Just sent it goes straight into the belly of this beast, which was a giant octopus, and you just immediately the tentacle goes limp, and Agathor has now been released, and it just kind of sinks to the bottom, and you guys can all now out of combat ascend to the surface just fine.
It only cost me 2 out of my very little supply of resources or spell slots on me.
if it makes you
Two
feel
rounds
any better,
forward.
I'm out of everything that isn't called Second Wind.
Violent
You
has
guys
done
managed.
fuck all, and he's reaped nothing but benefits.
So you managed to all surface, all gasping for air after being in some kind of form of combat in the water, And as you do so, you look to the tree line, and you see these soldiers approaching, all clad in like red armor, which you would recognize as the colors of your home army of Finvar. And the captain approaches you, and he
Can
says,
I just say at this point, Violen would have prestidigitated his clothes clean and, like, fixed himself up so nobody can tell what's underneath.
So as the rest are like pulling themselves out of this
They're
lake,
fucking
drenched
dying,
in
and he's
water,
just like, all right,
and
let's get
in
back
from
to
the
business.
octopus, you're just like poof, perfectly clean, and like this guy approaches you, and he sees you being the most, put together of the whole group, and he approaches you. And goes,
Sorry, so really quick. Also, I just want to say Amelia is going to hide her gun.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And so he approaches you, Violet being the one that's most put together, coming out of the group, most approachable, I guess, in this instance. And he goes, "Hello. You are I'm unfamiliar with any of you, but you see, we were sent here to deal with a problem of some kind of beast in these waters, and you just came out of the waters. So is it like
Yes,
done?"
well, you see, my friend, you are quite your. We have killed the beast.
You
The beast are taken care of.
I'm going to be
You see,
kind.
I
I'm
got to
going to
walk
be
out the
kind.
water.
He's gonna fake he has an angry look, and his Violet has an angry look in his eyes. I'm going to be nice. I'm not say what I'm thinking. But we have killed the beast for you, and I would like to be taken somewhere where we can be adequately compensated for our blood.
Yes, naturally we should be getting paid for this work.
I would imagine
I mean,
there's
you would.
some kind of reward. I'll go back in there and get the tentacles and the fins if you want me to.
I'm sorry,
I
Violet.
was actually supposed to say Agatha would like to drag the carcasses of those things out, because that's what he does. Oh, creature attacked me. I win for dinner. Yay.
Sure, Agathor, because you were restrained by the octopus, I'll say when the tentacle had relinquished its grasp, you just grabbed onto it and just kind of dragged the giant octopus out. So like he sees you, the last one emerging, coming out of like just completely black water, and you're just covered in this black ink, and you're just dragging this octopus out. And he kind of sees it. No. Absolutely. This is great. I mean, you just came out of the lake, and you're dragging this giant. Absolutely. We will reward you. But I just got a question. How would you feel about making a little bit more money and helping us out a little bit more?
Before we get into that, Violet, what was it that you said to me?
I never said anything to you.
Yes, you did.
I don't believe so.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
I certainly don't remember it.
All right.
We did just learn we were gonna have to do quite a bit of traveling, so more gold, more better. It just depends on what
your common needs work, friend.
My common is perfectly fine where I come from, friend.
Where do you come
Matter of
from?
fact,
The
we
boonies?
talked on- I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, do you come from the boonies?
The mountains,
That
so
is-
kinda.
Fair.
And turn to the soldier. Do we get to fight more creatures?
Yeah, I
Stronger?
was gonna ask what the proposition was as well.
You see, there are these these enemy soldiers since the big one. He does in air quotes. The big war. They have taken up refuge in this one castle, and we haven't been able to get them to, relinquish the castle in the last 10 years. And if you can deal with these beasts as quickly as you can deal with them, then we're in good hands. So yeah, if you
Wait
can
a
help us with
second.
them, we'll reward you.
Wait a second. You have been laying siege to a castle for 10 years.
Yes.
They've had no backup, no stockpiles outside of what they had in the castle at the moment of its
Yes.
capture.
Yes.
And I'm gonna look him in the eyes, and I'm gonna ask him. I'm going to look you. He at this point he has his eyes closed and he's like pinching the bridge of his nose, and he's gonna say, I'm gonna open my eyes, and I'm going to look you in the eyes. I'm going to ask you a genuine question. Can I want a genuine response, please? Are you all idiots?
No. We're soldiers
was
of
it.
Finbar.
That was a lie? You're incompetent?
I am going
was
to
going be
pull
nice and
Violin
say that
back.
You're bad, you're, how do you do this?
Excuse
I
me,
have laid siege
more
to castles
importantly-
for a week and
Sorry, my friend is, friend is a strong word. He's stupid, and he doesn't know that other people aren't stupid. Anyway, how much will we be getting paid for this?
For these beasties here, we'll give you 25 golds
Each, right?
You know, well, for the whole thing.
Mm,
The one, right?
I think you can do each.
I'm gonna one of the head of the. You said the head of the Plesiosaurus got cut off, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Roughly, how much did it weigh? The head.
I don't know, 15, 20 pounds.
Can we say it was 5? Mage hand.
Can
We'll
we
say
divide that by
5.
4 maybe?
Can we
We'll say it's
can
a
we
5
divide
pound
that?
head.
The head is just gonna slowly rise. Oh no, wait, 10. Even better. The head is gonna slowly rise out of the water. There was 2.
Well, if there's 2, then I guess it's 50 gold total. And if you can help us, with this final problem of the war, we'll give you 100 gold, and we'll bring you to the capital to meet our good friend, the King General.
I don't think I really want to go there.
We all obviously, or most of us are very familiar with Finvar. Which direction of the cardinal points is the capital? That's the middle, isn't it?
It'd be the center, yeah, of Finvar. It'd be north from here.
So it would be a good starting point at the least.
For what?
I mean,
starts talking in a language nobody understands.
You don't know that.
Sir, what's
Do you
your
speak
name?
Gith?
Yes.
Okay, then
No,
you
I don't.
understand that
I
he's-
don't.
Yeah, it's worth
Tank's just gonna say, I mean, that sounds good to me. What was your name there, sir?
It's, Captain Gilroy.
Gilroy?
Gilroy.
And does this?
And
this,
if you're willing to join us, then we'll give you your recompense for what you're done here, and we'll pay you further for what you're gonna do for us.
Well,
does this castle have a name that you want us to take back? This castle?
Yeah, it's Castle Fairbanks.
So, if you don't mind me, so first, you should probably give us the payment for this job now, and secondly, I would like to request half the gold for our next job up front.
It is important for us to be able to get the supplies we would need for a siege.
Can I roll persuasion?
He does immediately. You see the beast, so he immediately beckons for someone to come up front. He pays you guys the 50 gold that you're owed for what you've done in the lake so far. And he looks at you and goes, how about we just go to the castle and we can talk about payment there?
How about we
There's
talk about it now, because we're here now?
Well, the thing is, I don't have any more gold on me than what I've just paid you. So I couldn't give you anything now. We'd have to go to the castle regardless.
Everybody gets 12 gold and 5 silver, by the way.
Well,
I mean, we need to go to the castle anyway. We can get washed up, cleaned up, fed up, drank up, and
We have a whole encampment around there. We'll give you guys some food and whatever supplies you need if you're willing to work with us.
alright, let's go get fucked up too.
Excellent. So he pays the 50 gold, and him and his few soldiers that are with him, which you guys all get the feeling that him and his soldiers probably would have been not enough to deal with the beast that you guys just vanquished with no problem at all.
So we can
With
probably kill these
ease.
guys.
And you're gonna follow them towards Castle Fairbanks to deal with their problem there, and earn some more coin and possibly. Yep.
To see,
What was that
like,
there, Jace?
can I roll like insight maybe to see how competent these people seem to be, or maybe like perception, or basically a competent.
You can all know this based off of the last 10 years of being in Finvar. It once had a very established army, but in the last 10 years it's basically dismantled itself almost. There's just been an unprecedented time of peace. So these guys look very incompetent. Like, some of them are just farmers that are holding pitchforks kind of thing. Like they're not a standing army. Like if there were an invasion now, these guys would not be able to withhold it.
How many people
But they once were very strong. They with the captain, it's probably, let's say, 8 soldiers. So 9 total.
Got you.
I'm gonna prestidigitate everybody clean.
I
Okay.
prestidigitate
As
myself.
we're,
Thank you
as-
very much. Just kidding.
as we're walking, because it took Agathor this long to piece everything that was said together, he turns to the captain. I think I understand. So they took your castle, and I turn towards a tank. Is 10 years long? Is that a long time?
I
Relatively.
mean, I guess it depends on who you ask. 10 years to an elf is a drop in the bucket. 10 years to a human, it's a pretty decent chunk of time.
Okay. And they haven't left the cat. So they haven't got more food, haven't got more soldiers,
I don't
and
see why they're fools.
they've been there for 10 years.
Alright, listen, Violen already went down this road, Agathor. I appreciate you finally putting those thoughts together as well. But let's not press these fellas. They're doing the best they can, okay?
Well,
Think we're gonna go down the same
that
route?
means this is going to be fun. Because it must
I come
mean that
from-
they're strong.
We're gonna have the same questions again next time, because we're gonna pick up here next session then, because that's where I'm gonna call it quits for this one, for our first.
Do we get to level up?
No, you don't level up.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
looks like I changed my character sheet back down.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our first episode of Fate and Folly, the chosen ones, and would like to tune in to see what happens with the rest of our crew and what happens with their adventures with Amelia, Agathor, Tank, and Violen, and your DM Diddy. But yeah, we're gonna call it quits for the night.
before we call it quits, actually, I have a request.
What's up?
We should end the session by rolling for hotness.
Yeah.
Near the lake.
Alright, I'll go first.
Or your characters.
I got a 9.
So Amelia's hot.
Oh, I thought we were doing Lady of the Lake. Are we just doing your characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything.
Rolling for-
It's both.
Yes, it's our characters.
Your characters, okay.
No, it's rolling for our characters.
This will be our sign off. Every week we'll have to decide like a different trivial stat to roll a d10 for.
You sure?
Oh, we're not doing that every week. Are you kidding me? That'd be ridiculous. Next time it's gonna be like nostril size eventually.
It's gonna be...
I got a 6. I'm just slightly above kobold average.
You're not 6 foot, so it doesn't matter.
Kobold average, I said. Kobold.
You're not 3 foot, so it doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure, did I say I was 4 foot? I don't know how tall kobolds get, so I just said.
The short races average 3 feet.
I feel like you said that last time, and then we looked it up, and it was like much taller. Well, not much taller, but
Yeah, well, I think you're a little bitch.
Violen, what are your 10s?
Oh, Agathor is 10 out of 10, baby.
Oh,
Him.
what a sexy half orc.
You know what? Just because it's me, I'm gonna roll a different die for something else.
Oh.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. That's what I'm talking about, Agatha.
What is his ding dong size? I know that's what you rolled, fuckface.
Well,
A D12.
I roll a d12 plus Constitution, and I rolled a 9, and I have +3 to my con.
Not bad.
I got a 7 on
lethal.
that.
All right,
What's that?
Not bad.
Violin. To top this off, Violin. Just we can end this. What is your 10?
I got a 7 on my D10.
Okay, so you're also.
And
Man,
hold on, I got
we're all
a.
hot.
Nope, we're not doing that. It's not continuing. All right.
I got
Alright,
a 12.
bye,
I got a
guys.
Not
12.
happening. Anyways,
Bye,
thanks
guys.
for everyone tuning in. I hope you had a great
Good night.
time. And we're gonna cut off now. We'll see you next
We
time.
love you as a friend.
Love you, appreciate you.
Bye.
Goodbye.